Hello and welcome to Moto Chatter. In this video we will take a look at the all-new model from the Italian exotic electric motorbike manufacturer Energica, the Energica Experia, an all-electric bike with the biggest capacity battery of any electric production motorcycle to date. It also has huge rear-wheel torque of 664 pound-foot, that's 900 Newton meters. Could this be the electric bike you've been waiting for? If you know anything about Energicas, you'll know that they are more used to going to the racetrack than going off-road, as Energica currently supply all the electric race bikes for the Moto E World Championship that runs at selected MotoGP events. With the Experia, they swap the racetrack for the dirt track, as Energica enter into the popular adventure tourer segment, and the Experia goes up against the likes of the BMW R1250 GS Adventure, Ducati's Multistrada V4S, and Harley-Davidson's Pan America Special. We'll see how the Experia compares to them later in the video. Right now, let's take a closer look at the Experia and dive into the details. The Experia certainly looks like a convincing modern adventure bike, and in fact doesn't really look like an electric bike at all. The battery and motor are all new, and although the battery capacity has increased, it is lighter. The motor is also the lightest they produce, and along with the battery has been positioned low in the bike for better mass centralization, a lower center of gravity, and better handling at lower speeds. The lithium polymer battery is good for 22.5 kWh peak and 19.6 kWh nominal. It will DC fast charge to 100% in 65 minutes, or in just over 6.5 hours on a slow charge. Once fully charged, Energica quote a stunning maximum range of 420 km or 261 miles. Although that is in the city, not really an adventure tourer's natural habitat. Still, the combined range is also good, quoted at 256 km or 160 miles. The battery is good for 1200 charge cycles, and Energica put a 3-year or 50,000 km, that's a 31,000 mile warranty on the battery too. The motor puts out peak power of 75 kilowatts or 102 horsepower, with 60 kilowatts or 80 horsepower continuous. The torque though is the real kicker, with 115 Newton meters or 85 pound-foot, which translates to the huge 664 pound-foot or 900 Newton meter figure mentioned at the rear wheel. This will propel the Experia from a standstill to 60 miles per hour or around 100 kilometers an hour in 3.5 seconds, and onto an electronically limited top speed of 112 miles per hour or 180 kilometers an hour. If you're enjoying this video and have a passion for motorbikes, please do take a moment to hit the subscribe and bell icons. That way you'll always get all the future uploads, and it's free. Plus you'll be helping the channel in the process, which is always really appreciated, so thank you. The sporty fairing on the Experia has been worked on to provide comfortable wind protection for both rider and passenger, and the screen is height adjustable. It has its own hard case luggage too, providing 112 litres of storage. There is a 5-inch TFT display, 6-level traction control with Bosch cornering ABS, a slow speed forward and reverse park assist function, cruise control, 4 regen modes, 4 power setting modes, and 7 rider modes, 4 factory set and 3 customizable. Currently there is just one colour, the one you see here, which Energica call Bormio Ice, but it's also known as silver. Seat height is 847mm, which is around 33.3 inches. The Experia runs Sachs fully adjustable suspension front and rear with 150mm of wheel travel. Braking is via twin Brembo 4-piston radial calipers up front and a Brembo 2-piston caliper at the rear. There are cast aluminium wheels dressed in Pirelli Scorpion Trail 2 tyres and a steel trellis frame with aluminium side panels. The whole bike weighs in at just 260 kilograms, around 573 pounds, which was a surprise to me as I thought it would be more, especially with that big battery. This kind of weight puts it right in the ballpark of its main combustion engine competition. So now we have the details of the Experia, let's see how it compares to them. With a 260 kg or 573 pound weight, the Experia is very competitive, coming in lighter than the BMW R1250 GS Adventure and only 2 kg, around 5 pounds, heavier than the Harley-Davidson Pan America Special. The Multistrada V4S is the lightest though, at 243 kg or around 536 pounds. It should be noted that the weights here are wet and ready to ride. BMW though are the only one of the combustion bikes that is quoted with a full tank of fuel, and you would need a full tank for the next section. Here we will take the maximum possible ranges with a full tank of fuel using the manufacturer's own, no doubt generous consumption figures. For this reason, the maximum city range of the Energica Experia is valid here, and with 420 kilometers or 261 miles, it is second only to the BMW, which has a massive 630 kilometer or 391 mile range, mostly down to the 1250 GS Adventure's 30 litre tank. But as the BMW has the most frugal engine here, even with the standard 20 litre tank, it still beats the Experia at 444 kilometers or 276 miles. The Pan America Special comes in a little behind the Experia in third place with a 385 kilometer or 240 mile range, and the Ducati with that thirsty V4 is comfortably in last place with 338 kilometers or 210 miles. The Ducati V4 may be thirsty, but is way ahead in power with 170 horsepower or 125 kilowatts, then the Harley with 150 or 112 kilowatts, followed by the Beamer with 136 horsepower around 100 kilowatts, and the Experia in last place with just 102 horsepower. Obviously the Experia destroys the others when it comes to torque, with that 664 pound-foot or 900 Newton meters of rear wheel spinning ability. The nearest to it is the BMW GS with 105 pound-foot or 143 Newton meters, with the Harley and Ducati almost evenly matched, but the big V twin of the Harley Davidson edges out the V4 Ducati ever so slightly. Starting with the cheapest, it's the Pan America Special. It is very well equipped and a bit of a bargain. I should say as well that the equipment lists here are not exhaustive and are standard equipment. There is also a cheaper base model Pan America too, as there is with the Beamer and the Ducati. The BMW GS Adventure seems like similarly good value to the Pan America Special, but to get the BMW to a similar spec to the Harley, you do have to add a lot of extras and significantly more money. I made a video comparing these two, so you can check that out for more details. The second most expensive here is the Multistrada V4S, to which you can add a whole host of extras too, but this is the V4S price, so it is already well equipped. The Experia is easily the most expensive bike here, as the prices quoted are plus tax. If you add the 21% sales tax here in Spain to the euro price, the total cost of the new Energica jumps to €30,963.90, so let's just call it 31,000 euros between friends. You could spec the adaptive radar cruise control and blind spot monitoring system to the Ducati and still be well under that price, plus the Ducati is already better equipped with electronic suspension and so on. Even so, the Energica's price is still really good when you consider the economy of scale and the much smaller numbers they'll be expecting to sell. Energica say the Experia is a no-emission green tourer, but is that really true? Certainly there is no exhaust, but an electric vehicle is only as low emission as the electricity produced to charge it, and then to be really fair you have to take into account the environmental impact of the battery construction and the battery's life cycle, and suddenly the no emissions equation hits real world complications. A presentation available here on YouTube that I saw recently goes into more detail about the contradictions of electric vehicles and explains it a lot better than I could right now. To summarise, the presentation concluded that with the current electricity producing methods we have, hybrids are the greener choice. It didn't go into hydrogen or synthetic fuels. Clearly though, there is an issue to be solved, but to do so we have to look at the whole picture and not just if there's an exhaust pipe on a vehicle or not. I will leave a link to the presentation in the description for anyone interested in having a look. As a motorbike though, the Energica Experia appears to be right in the mix with its competition, provided you can get to a fast charger and are not in a rush, that is. Still, the Experia shows that electric bikes are advancing, and the fact that it is comparable to combustion engines and not just other electric motorbikes speaks to their advancement too. Energica have done an amazing job to get the weight down while still carrying that bigger battery and respectable range and charge times, so well done to them. If I had the €30,000 budget though, I would still go for the Ducati Multistrada V4S, and if the budget was a bit tighter, I would get the bargain Harley Davidson Pan America Special and never look back. But those are my thoughts. What do you think? Has the Energica Experia surprised you, and do you think it is a real world alternative to its combustion engine competition? I would really like to know your thoughts. On which one of these bikes would you go for given the budget? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe for plenty more motorcycle videos to come. You can click the links on screen for more now, or check out the link in the description for the video on the contradictions of electric powered vehicles. But whatever you do, have a great day, and thanks for watching.